In HubSpot and in actually every CRM, everyone tells you to keep your sales pipeline simple. You can hear some people saying like 4 or 5 stages maximum to keep it clean and easy to read. And in this video, I'm going to tell you why, according to me, this advice is wrong and what to do instead. But before we get into it, I want to make a small clarification that some HubSpot user might do. In HubSpot, you have two main kind of pipeline. You have the lead pipeline, which is dedicated to track your prospecting activity, have a first contact, qualify a lead, and maybe get into a first demo meeting or sales meeting. But you also have what we call a deal pipeline, and that's traditionally what we call in HubSpot a sales pipeline. And it's what we are going to cover today, is basically when a fit is identified until the signature of the contract, basically. And that's really two different tools for two different purposes, and it's important to don't mix them. So a pipeline, you need to build it with the people that will actually use it. So before touching anything in HubSpot, before creating any single stage, you need to do only one thing, is to sit down with your sales team and map out your actual sales process. So you need to map out the actual process, not the one you wish, but the one that is actually happening in the day-to-day life of your salesperson. Like, what does a sales rep do when a deal is creating in HubSpot? What happens next? What are the different situations the deal can be into? And the most important is what action does the sales rep needs to do at every point. Because when you will define all those different stages, it's important that every single one of those stages reflects a real action that was taken or a real situation a deal is in. The thing you want to avoid is having a weird stage named progress or active or waiting, this kind of thing. Because if your sales rep don't recognize themselves in the pipeline, they will not use it. And if no one uses it, you lose all the point of having a well-organized HubSpot portal. So as I mentioned, the first step is always the same. Get the people that will use this pipeline in a room and document what will happen between the first meeting and the signature of the contract. And only then you build it in HubSpot, not the other way around. Now let's see why does the keep it simple stages fall in practice. And the real reason is because a pipeline serves two completely different audiences with two completely different needs. On one side, you will have management. They're looking for a macro view. They want to know where are we on each deal, what's the forecast, how healthy is the pipeline overall. And on the other side, you will have the sales team. And the only thing that matters for them is what do I do next? And when you try to serve these two different views with a clean 4-stage pipeline, is where you will not get the good result for any of the two teams. It will be too vague for the sales rep to know what they need to do, and too inconsistent to give management a reliable read. And so here's the shift, and here's my take about this problematic, is that a pipeline should be operational and not decisional. Basically, his only job is to tell the sales reps exactly where they are and what the next action is. It's not to give the CEO a dashboard, that's actually a separate problem that we will cover soon in another video. So concretely, each stage represents either a specific action that was taken or a specific situation the deal is in. So you will avoid to have a stage named proposal, and you will prefer having different stages named proposal sent, proposal presented, waiting for decision, etc. So every time a sales rep will look at the pipeline, he will know exactly what he needs to do for every single deal. So we talk a lot about the theory behind it, but let me show you in practice how it looks like in HubSpot. So in HubSpot, when you click on settings, objects, you select deals here, you will arrive to the deals setting. And if you go to pipelines, you will find all the different pipeline you created. So here we have the sales pipeline, which is the per default pipeline HubSpot provide you. And I created a management pipeline and operational pipeline. So to create a new pipeline, just need to click here and create from scratch, and you will be able to choose all the different name of your pipeline, the probability that a deal will close at that stage, and you can add stage or delete one stage you don't like. So if we talk back about our two examples of the management pipeline, which is like these 4 clean stages, you will find this kind of organization. You have the discovery stage, the solution stage, proposition stage, closing stage, and close won or close lost. Yes, it's great for management to be able to see, okay, 25% of all deals are in proposition stage, so it means that we might get our target at the end of the quarter. But as a salesperson, if you look at it and you see this deal is in proposition, you don't know where in the proposition it is. You need to every time go to the record and check what happened with this deal to be able to know what's the next step. If you change this way by creating an operational pipeline, you have way more stages, but it's really clear. First, you have discovery call scheduled, discovery call done, needs confirmed, decision makers mapped, and that's the original discovery stage. But if you find a deal that is in discovery call scheduled, you know that the next step is to make this discovery call and put it as discovery call done. So a salesperson immediately have a clear understanding of what should be done for this specific deal. Because you will create stages based on actions or situation, it's really easy for everyone to understand the situation. You can add colors like I did to make it more management friendly if you want, but in another video, as I mentioned, I will show you how to fix this issue to make sure management has the macro vision they are waiting for regarding those deals. So I didn't do it here, but of course you can play with the probability percentage. I will also cover this part and how to make accurate probability for each stages in this next video, but if you want to change, you just need to click here and choose the good percentage and save. And so once you created your pipeline and you define all those different stages, you can go to CRM deals and you can see your brand new pipeline that is ready to be filled with new opportunities. And as I say, you have your little cars, and if it's in solution presented, you know that the next step is to do the demo in order to make your deal go through the pipeline until the end, which is hopefully closed one. This organization based on every stage is an action is really good for clarity, but it also allows us to do two good things with HubSpot with this pipeline is required fields and automations. So for the required field, for instance, we can make a rule that say, let's say, if we put the deal in needs confirmed, it forces us to put the said needs within the deal properties, and doing so brings two benefits. Progressive qualification, your data gets richer as the deal goes through the pipeline, and pipeline integrity, because no stage gets ticked without the right information. And that's how you manage to make your pipeline trustworthy, not just for yourself, but for everyone in your company. So how to do so is really simple. You just need to go back to the settings place. You will check deals, and under pipelines, you will select the good pipeline you want to work on. And as you can see here, you see conditional stage properties. So if we come back to our needs confirmed, for instance, we can make sure that every time a deal will go to the needs confirmed stage, the sales rep will need to add some information. So let's say we want to add the budget, the pain points, and the name of the decision maker, for instance. You can make it required, so a deal will not be able to move to this stage if those information are unknown. You save this logic, and if you go back to our pipeline and you try to make from discovery call done to needs confirmed, this dependent properties tab will happen, and you will need to put budget, and let's say his name is Cedric. You can apply, and then you manage to collect data for these deals by simply moving it from stage 2 to stage 3. And the other good thing about having one stage per action in a deal pipeline is that you can deal with automations. So if you go back to the setting part, you go to pipeline, you will see here that you have a automate section. And as you can see, you will be able to create workflows. You can use the workflow tool if you want complex things, but for instance, if you want to, let me find the good pipeline. But if you want to have like simple automations, let's say if the needs are confirmed, I want to automate an internal email communication and Slack notification. I want to update some specific properties of that deal directly when we went from one stage to another. You can click on create a workflow, and then you will choose, you'll be able to automate some actions. So let's say I want to send an internal email notification to this employee, for instance, and we can find like new needs confirmed, and we enter the deal name, and here you will be able to add a lot of different information to make sure like the people receive the mail with all the information that matter for you. You can find all the different deal data here to create personalization token. You save, and you will be able to basically do a lot of other things. You'll be able to add this new qualified opportunity into a specific static list. You can set the contact as a marketing contact. You can like send them an email directly. You can send a WhatsApp message. Basically, you can do everything that a workflow lets you do normally, but directly within this easy to read tab that will get triggered every time a deal will go to this specific stage. So if we need to recap this video, first, before even touching HubSpot, you need to map your deal pipelines. You need to map your real process, the process that your team actually follow. Then you need to build a pipeline where every single stage is an action. Then you add required fields at key transition to keep your data clean, and you can set up automation at each relevant stage so nothing falls through the cracks. And now this pipeline is built for your sales rep and they will actually enjoy using it. But as I mentioned before, management still needs their macro view, and that will be covered in the next video. Once it's posted, the link will appear right here. I hope this video helped you understand how to build a better pipeline that your team will actually use. If it's the case, don't forget to put a thumbs up in this video, it really helped me. Subscribe to this channel. It was Greg, I wish you a great day and see you next week.